Now we got this thing all assembled, ready to go. I'm gonna pull this bad boy out. Fully built, stage 4 Jake's Performance transmissions. It's got all the goodies for high RPM engines, trans brake. So that's pretty much it. Right, baby? Come here.
Papa.
Yeah, come here. Look. Look. So that's pretty much about it. I think I'm gonna wait and get a scatter shield since it's out. That way I don't have to take it out again.
No.
And since it's out, obviously, it'd be the best thing to do. So, just hanging out with me today. So we'll get that out, get that ordered up, and then there's the ATI. Kind of covered up the seal so it doesn't get dirty. And then we'll get the ATI, what do you call it? Catch tank that sits right in front on the pan. I guess it attaches to the pan somehow. I'm not sure. And then put the converter in, get fluids going, and call it a day. And then it's pretty much ready to go. What's that? What do you got? You gonna show everybody? She got her own set of tools too. So, say hi. So anyhow, that's the Turbo 400. Pretty standard. It's got the standard case or factory case on it, which isn't the greatest. So that's why when you get the scatter shield, just to be safe. Plus, I like my legs to keep them there. Anyway, so we'll get that sorted out. And so I ended up ordering up the scatter shield and the catch can for the Turbo 400 here, so figured since it's out, it's probably easier to get everything installed, get it on the transmission, and under there just to see how the shield fits and if there's any problems, which there is. I'll show you. It does hit, or it's almost in there, about an inch more to go, and that's about it. So where it's hitting is the rear part of the transmission, or the trans tunnel. Let's see if I can get a shot of that. Sorta, but so basically I think I just need to, let me show the back of it here. You can kind of see where it's not touching, and then bam, touching. So basically it's on the same side here. Same deal. Which I thought would be a lot worse than this, but it's not too bad. So what I'm going to do is take a bottle jack and put it right where it's hitting, and then crank on that bottle jack. And in theory, it should basically just widen that tunnel. And I'll keep going until, you know, the transmission sits in there nicely and there's somewhat of play in there. That way the transit doesn't touch the tunnel or anything, and probably end up making a bunch of noise if it does. And that'll be super annoying and cause a bunch of headaches thinking something is broken. Alright guys, got the day off today. It's Friday, almost New Year's. Gonna try and get this transmission back in. Need to hammer out that tunnel a little bit. The bottle jack I tried a few times. It just wasn't worth trying to use it, so we're just gonna grab the hammer and we're gonna knock it out, which actually I already tried it a little bit. It works much better and a lot faster. So basically there's this crease here that comes out like this, and I think that's where it's catching because it's a little lip here. So here's the mount. I know not to go past this because that's not where it's hitting. It's somewhere in this area. So basically what I'm doing is just pushing this in, making room in that area. You can already see it's kind of flat. It took maybe like 3 minutes to get it this way, so we'll do the other side and then try to see if the transmission fits. If not, we'll pull it out and try it again. So you can see this is for the shifter. Did that when I first put the transmission in. I didn't like how close it was, so I just hammered that in a little bit. So basically I'm gonna get started on this side. Get this this whole lip. I basically want it to be the same as this concave here. I want it to be all the way flat. All the way flat in there. Because that's pretty much where it's catching, about in this area somewhere. So let's get that knocked out real quick. So man, that's tiring. Alright. Been messing with this damn thing all day. Finally got it in. Kind of hammered out a little more than I needed to, but it's okay. Make it easier for me to take it down, and then you see there's kind of, now you can see there's plenty of room. Doesn't touch anywhere, which is good. So this is where I kind of hammered out a little too much, but that's okay. I'd rather have this in place than lose my legs if this thing grenades. That's for damn sure. So let's see if I can get that view here. There you go. So this isn't all the way up, but it's hanging on the motor, so as you can see, it's not, the mounts aren't on, so it's going to go up a little bit further. But anyways, it's in. Now I'm going to pull it back out, and actually let's make sure that this thing, oh yeah, there's plenty of, see, there you go. And the cross member goes there. just goes up here like that. See, that's already too high, so it's going to go down a little bit. And that's about it. So I'm going to pull it back out, get the converter in there, and then get the lines hooked up. Put the, that's just a plug, that one's actually broken. I broke one taking it out. Jack caught it, kind of twisted up the plug inside, so got a new one, replace that. And I think I'm going to put the catch can on after we get this jack out of the way, just so we don't bang it up, scratch it, because it's kind of a nice piece. So anyways, let's I'm going to get this thing down, slap the converter in it, which is right here, and then we'll get the catch can on all hooked up and plumbed, and call it a day. I'm gonna eat some dinner first, but anyway, maybe I'll finish it tonight or something, maybe tomorrow. Anyhow, alright guys, so last day off, didn't get a chance to throw this thing in after banging it out. Had family plans to take care of. So what I did was I sprayed the tunnel with some Rust-Oleum corrosion resistant whatever you want to call it, it's undercoat pretty much, deadening sound, rubberized, whatever. So basically it kind of cleans up the tunnel, gets rid of all the hammer marks, just makes it look cleaner, and so, you know, obviously so rust doesn't happen over time. But I also fit the converter in there just to make sure the bolt holes and everything line up with the flex plate, because it's an ATI certified flex plate that I had to Allen gate the bolt holes for to make it fit a factory size torque converter, the back side of it. So, because this is an FTI hybrid converter that has the Toyota backside and then the GM front side, so it can bolt up to the Turbo 400. So got that checked off. I'm gonna throw this off again, throw it in the transmission. Well, I gotta put some fluid in it and then put it in the transmission. Probably put like maybe a quart or two just so it doesn't spill out as I put it in the converter. Also, a lot of you guys probably don't know this, but super good stuff to use is 303 tractor hydraulic fluid for the transmission. For whatever reason, this is what Jake's Performance recommended me to use. He says it has all the right properties for a high RPM fully built transmission. So, and plus this stuff is really cheap. I usually use Amsoil products, but he recommended to use this. It's only $29 when it's on sale from Tractor Supply. So plus oil changes aren't super expensive and you can just do them more regularly. So yeah, like I said, this 5 gallons, it's about 12, I'm not sure how many quarts it is, 16 quarts maybe, or something like that, I don't know. But anyways, we're going to fill up the converter, throw it in the transmission here, get the tranny back in, and start filling it with fluids and get it fired up. So yeah, oh, I gotta get the catch can on too, but anyways. converter to pump. So I know the bell housing goes up against the block and the flex plate is flush with the block, so we know that this is 0. So that way we can actually measure it from the bell housing here and to the surface of the bolt, mounting bolts, holes, or whatever you want to call these. So you take a straight edge, an 1/8 inch is what we want. So you can actually take an 1/8 inch bit, measure it, make sure it's right. Drill bit, put your straight edge up against the bell housing, and then basically stick your bit in there, in here, and see if you're within spec, which looks like we are, because I know it fits in there. You can actually take a feeler gauge too, but an eighth of an inch bit works. So as you can see, this one's it's a little more actually. I measured this at 0.136, but it just barely fits in there. So that tells me that we are pretty close. And actually, so that means we're pretty much within spec. So let's throw this thing in the car. As you guys saw, we got everything buttoned up. It's ready to go. Basically, it just needs some to add fluids in it, prime up the motor, and fire the thing up and check for leaks. So hope you guys enjoyed that one. Remember to subscribe, of course. And again, this is all new. I got a new camera. Still kind of working out all the things for it, new angles and whatnot. So if you guys have any suggestions on these videos, please let me know. So anyhow, watch for the next video and we'll get this thing fired up and maybe go for a test drive. Peace.